Myself, Ankita Tiwari, from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology, from ITLCD department. I'm going to take a session from the subject that is computer vision. Subject code is 31716114. The module that we are going to cover in this session is module number 2. Module name is image processing. The topic that we are going to cover in this module is bandpass and steerable filters, also recursive filtering. So we have already seen what are filters basically. In filters also we have learned what are linear filters. So with an example of linear filters and scalable filters, we are going to learn today bandpass filters and steerable filters, also recursive filtering. So the Sobel and Corner operators that are simple are examples of bandpass and oriental filters. Now we are going to learn what it is. So more sophisticated kernels can be created by first smoothing the image with a Gaussian filter. So here Gaussian G is defined by the two values, that is xy, with a symbol that is tau. It is the symbol of Gaussian, which is equals to 1 by 2 pi tau square, with the value e with the power minus x square plus y square upon 2 tau square. So this is what the constant value of Gaussian is, and then taking the first or second derivatives, such filters are known collectively as bandpass filters, since they filter out low and high frequencies. So the second derivatives of a two-dimensional image, which we can say as a delta square f, which is equals to derivative, that is derivation we have to take it because we are taking the second derivative form. So d square, that is derivative square, derivation with respect to f upon d square dx square plus d square y and dy square. Now, it is also known as Laplacian operator. Now, the blurring an image with the Gaussian and then taking its Laplacian is equivalent to convolving directly with the Laplacian of Gaussian, that is filter. With respect to that, what will be the formula for that? So, delta square g, that is xy tau, which is equals to x square plus y square is the first element, that is upon tau plus 4, minus 2 by tau cube tau square, which is given with the formula that is Gaussian G, X, Y and tau. So which has certain nice scale properties, we can say that. Now the 5-point Laplacian, which is just compact approximation, is to this sophisticated filter. So we can say with respect to the bandpass and steerable filters, there is very difficult to find out the Gaussian value, because the Gaussian value is important and it has to be derived. So likewise, the Sobel operator is a simple approximation to a directional, or we can say oriental filter, which can be obtained by smoothing with a Gaussian and then taking a directional derivative, which we can say as delta u, which is given by d upon du, that is derivation, which is obtained by taking a dot product between the gradient field, that is delta, and a unit direction, that is u dash, which is equals to cos theta comma sin theta. So u dot delta, which is g star f. Now g stands for Gaussian, f stands for the function that we are taking it, which is equals to delta u, g star f, which is equals to delta u g. Basically we are taking it with respect to Gaussian, the delta u form, that is vector u star f. So the smoothed directional derivative filter, which is given by g of u, which is equals to ugx plus vgy. Okay, so ugx and vgy means the two factors that we are taking it with respect to two of the form, that is horizontal and vertical. So u delta g upon dx plus d into g dg upon dy. So derivative with respect to the g, with respect to x and with respect to y, and we are summation adding it. So where u, that is u dash, we already have seen u dash is equal to uv, which is an example of steerable filter. Now since the value of an image convolved with u dash can be computed by first convolving with a pair of filters, that is gx, gy, and then steering the filter potentially locally by multiplying this gradient field with a unit vector u, because unit vector u is the direction which is taken with respect to the value with the object or the image. So the advantage of this approach, we can say as a whole, is a family of filters. Bandpass, steerable, all is a family of filters, can be evaluated with very little cost. Okay, so here we can see an original image of Einstein, as you can see in the diagram. Okay, now orientation map, which is computed from the second order. We have already seen the diagram of GU, it is dE upon dg upon dx and dg upon dy, that is summation. So with respect to that, how that orientation takes place, the structure orientation is being taken place. So original image with oriented structures enhanced means taking the exact picture of the original with the help of structures and defining with the derivative. How it goes will be seen here. So this is what the we can say filters are. Filters are means filtering the part of the image in a form which a system can understand to make it more enhanced. So these are the properties where filtration takes place for a particular image. So here this is what with the structure it has been enhanced. The higher order steerable filters can respond to potentially more than a single edge orientation at a given location, and they can respond to both bar, that is edges, that is thin lines, and the classic step edges, that is step lines. So in order to this means, however, full Hilbert, that is transforms, the pair need to be used for second order and higher order filters as described in we have already seen. So steerable filters are often used to construct both features, descriptors and edge detectors. So both feature descriptors means with respect to a object, what are the various features of that object, and edge detectors, the edges of it. It is compulsory have to have a boundary line of a particular image so that your image will be very specific with respect to that boundary. So while the filters developed by Freeman and Adelson are best suited for detecting linear structures, more recent work by that is Cothey shows how a combined 2 by 2, that is boundary tensor, can be used to encode both, that is edge and junction, that is corner features. So we are this is the sum area table is a formation of the bandpass and steerable filters as well. So this is what they have derived. How they have done: if an image is going to be repeatedly converged with different box filters, that is filters of different sizes at different locations, as you pre-compute the summed area table, which is just the running sum of all the pixel values from the origin. So we'll get the formula as S. Steerable filters we are taking it, that is S I comma j, which is equal to summation of the two values, that is k equal to 0 to I and L equal to 0 to j, which is defined with the the factor that we are taking it, that is f of k comma L. So this can be effectively computed with using a recursive raster scan algorithm. So we can say that S of ij, which is equal to S I minus 1, that is comma j, plus S of I comma j minus 1 minus S of I minus 1 comma j minus 1 plus f of ij. These are the four possible combinations that can be done with respect to of the two values, that is I and j. So how it is formed? It is given already in this formula. Okay, so this is what the thing is with respect to the formula. So the image which is formed with the S, that is Ij, is also often called as integral image and can actually be computed using only two additions per pixel if separate rows and sums are used. So to find the summed area, that is integral inside a rectangle, that is I0, I1, which is crossed with J0, J1, we simply combine four samples from the summed area. These are the four samples that we have already seen. We are just summing it up. That is S I0 till I1, J0 till J1, which is summed with I equal to 0 till I1 and J equal to J0 till J1. With respect to that, the four of the formations that we have already seen, that is S of I1 comma J1 minus S of I1 comma J0 minus 1 minus S of I0 minus 1 comma J1 plus S of I0 minus 1 comma J0 minus 1. So the four possible combinations that we can have, that is we already learned in binary, that is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1. The same things are applied to the two variables as well with the four of the properties. So here we are having the original image, as we can see the summed area table, as you can see here, how it is created now with the help of the two variations. Summed area table, as you can see, this is the table matrix that has been created. You can see different colors, like green we have, then blue we have, then red we have. So how it goes, and purple also we have. So the first image is the original image that we have seen. Now we are filtering it. So with respect to that, the summed area table will be like, with the filtering you can see in the image the two of the fonts, like italic will be and same it will be. So italic values will be there and same will be there, and with respect to that bold letters will also be there. So these are the different variation that we have taken, notifications we have taken it, and in the last we can see the purple of the diagram. In that also some bold will be there, some not bold will be there. So each value in the summed area table, that is S of ij red, is computed recursively from its three adjacent, that is blue, neighbors, and area, that is sum, that is green, as you can see, are computed by combining the four values at the rectangle corners, purple, as you can see in the last of the table. And in that also positive values represent, that is in bold, but the negative values are represented in italics. You can see it in the diagram. We have two of the italics values and bold values. So bold values represent positive and italic values represent the negative values. Okay. And with respect to that, this summation is being done. Okay, how it is being represented. So with respect to that, the integral image, a potential disadvantage of the summed area tables is that they require log m plus log n extra bits in the accumulation image comparison to the original image, where m and n are the images, that is width and height. So extension of summed area table can also be used to approximate other convolution kernels. So in computer vision, summed area tables have been used in face detection, also to compute simple multi-scale low-level features. Such features, which consist of adjacent rectangles of positive and negative values, are also known as Boxlets. Recursive filtering. The incremental formula for the summed area, which is an example of recursive filtering, is 1. Those whose value depends on previous filter outputs. So S of ij, which is equals to S I minus 1 comma j, same we have taken the 4 of the values, plus S I comma j minus 1 minus S I minus 1 comma j minus 1 plus f of I j. So in the signal processing literature, such filters are known as infinite impulse response, IIR. Since the output of the filter to an impulsive, that is impulse, we can say goes on forever. So for example, for a summed area table, an impulsive, that is generates an infinite rectangle of 1s below and to the right of the impulse. So the filters we have previously studied in this chapter, which involve the image with a finite extent kernel, are also known as finite impulse response. That is not IIR, that is FIR. So two-dimensional IIR filters and recursive formulas are sometimes used to compute quantities that involve large area interactions, such as two-dimensional distance functions. So more commonly, IIR filters are used inside one-dimensional separable filtering stages to compute large extent smoothing kernel, that is such as efficient approximation to Gaussian edge filters. So these are the things with respect to the different filters that we have done: bandpass filters, terrible filters, and recursive filtering. Here we have completed this lecture. In the next lecture we will be continuing with the next topic. Thank you.